Hey guys, San-fics with you again with another chapter of your favorite Sexting Time Felinette. And you can find more of my stories on Archive, Tumblr, Instagram, Wattpad, and of course early access to the new chapters on my Patreon. Sexting Time, Miraculous Ladybug Felinette fanfiction, Chapter 2. The picture showed the corner of Felix's lips and chin, and the beautifully outlined bare chest. One hand rested lazily on the relief press, creating an itching sensation of touch at Marinette's fingertips. His other hand appeared to be holding the phone over his head for a picture. The lower abdomen was buried under the covers. The fact that in the photo Felix was clearly laying in bed, probably naked, perhaps already at the time he began to write to her on the topic of her own nudity, stirred Marinette's mind even more than the sight of his naked body. Although Felix's surprisingly sporty and attractive physique in itself could not be ignored too. Marinette was crushing on a fashion model for several years and saw a lot of Adrian's photos for beach collections. She also constantly fought in pairs with Chat Noir, whose costume left little to the imagination as well. So Marinette was not a particularly inexperienced and naive critic when it came to male beauty. But this shot took her by surprise anyway. Maybe the fact that the photo was taken especially for her. Maybe the fact that the owner of this body saw her naked a few days ago, and this created a special emotional tension between them. But Marinette felt the heat spreading in the bottom of her stomach. She would never have thought that Felix's elegant shirts, waists, and ties hide such a frankly masculine body. Actually, now that she thought about it, Felix was quite good at fighting when she first encountered him as Ladybug, so he must have good athletic training, which implied exactly what she now had the pleasure of seeing.
Felix, just don't tell me that you are afraid of such pictures, threw her phone, ran away and locked yourself in the bathroom.
The words appeared on her screen and Marinette blinked. For how long was she entranced, staring at Felix's naked chest?
Felix, it was your idea after all.
Okay, no panic. It's not that he knew she was staring at his picture all this time. She could be eating or sleeping. No, Felix probably could see her online, so offense is the best defense, as they say.
Marinette, this isn't a nude photo.
Felix, why do you think it isn't?
Crap, he just hinted there was nothing on him under the covers either. And he wanted to embarrass her with this, of course, because it's Felix, that's what he does. But it's not gonna work on her.
Marinette, naked is when I can see it. Marinette, we were talking about equalizing.
Felix, you forget one little detail.
Marinette, and what is that?
Felix, I don't have your naked pictures.
Marinette, haha. Marinette, very funny.
Felix, it's not supposed to be. Felix, I saw you naked, but I can't do it again. Felix, and you saw me naked, but not entirely. Felix, I would call it fairly even.
Of course it was nonsense. Men walk bare-chested on the beach, so it couldn't really count. But of course Felix wouldn't actually undress in front of her, and Marinette herself wouldn't have agreed to this, probably. But the point was that seeing a girl completely naked, even just once, could in no way be equated with a naked male torso, even in a photo that could be stared at all the time. Not that she was going to stare at him, of course. But the horror was that Marinette almost wanted to take a naked picture of herself for Felix to prove herself right, or get him to take a picture of what was missing, prompted the devilish voice in her mind. Marinette shook her head.
Marinette, we both know it isn't.
Felix, I'm ready to consider your suggestions.
For some reason, his words sounded in Marinette's head in a low, seductive voice, and the last phrase played with completely different colors from what Felix probably put into it. Maybe it had something to do with the fact that she now knew that Felix was laying naked in his bed, and her subconscious was eager to look under his covers. But it wasn't her fault at all. This is the nature of people. They always strive to reveal the hidden. Marinette vaguely remembered it was called the cognitive reflex, and all computer games and most of the good marketing are built on it, so it wasn't her fault. It was all nature. Marinette sighed. It was already late, and tomorrow was still a school day.
Marinette, I'll think about it.
Felix, at least it won't hang in the air now and won't distract anyone.
Actually, it was a very wise move on Felix's part to try to resolve a situation that was bothering both of them. And knowing how much he valued his privacy, sending her a nude photo just to let her feel calmer and freer and not so hurt was really mature from his side. But the sleepy Marinette, who was already gradually turning off the critical part of her consciousness at that moment, for some reason was more interested in other aspect of his maturity.
Marinette, we'll see. Marinette, but I appreciate the photo. Marinette, Marinette, the effort. Marinette, Marinette, I mean the gesture.
Felix, so you like the photo, huh?
Marinette, I'm just really tired. Marinette, and you are texting me naked in the night from under her covers.
Felix, I thought you weren't considering my picture naked.
Marinette, I wasn't talking about her picture. Marinette, Marinette, damn it. Marinette, whatever I write it sounds wrong.
Felix, well at least now we are discussing me naked, and not you.
Marinette, why? Marinette, do you like discussing yourself naked?
Felix, I think it's safe to say that thinking about my naked body will distract me less than thinking about hers.
Marinette felt the heat rise again through her body, from being reminded of her nakedness in front of him, or because Felix was again so open about how the thoughts of her naked body distracted him, or because he was still laying naked in his bed while texting her, or from all together.
Marinette, so you solved your problem by creating one for me?
Felix, why? Felix, is my naked body a problem for you?
Marinette, I didn't say that.
Hell, that's exactly what I said, she thought to herself.
Felix, so, did you look well at it?
Marinette, at what?
Felix, my picture.
Marinette realized she couldn't have this dialogue without simultaneously burying herself under the remains of her own dignity. The conversation had to end, and she didn't know how to do it at all, so that he didn't look like a retreat. The heroine of Paris was not fit to retreat. But sleeping Marinette couldn't think of anything better than
Marinette, good night.
Felix, see you tomorrow.
Marinette could almost see the mischievous smirk on his face. In the semi-darkness of his room, when he lay naked under the blanket, Marinette removed her phone and went to prepare herself for bed. She had a feeling that this conversation in the long run was far from over. That's all for today. See you in the comments, and I hope to make another video much faster than this one. Don't forget to check the original art for the cover to this video made by Found Me on Instagram. You can find the links below. And if you can't wait for another chapter, you can always find it on my media, the links of which you can find in the description box below. Bye.